Welcome to my tour of the Black Rhino CV. The Black Rhino CV is something I've been working on for a couple of months, and I had to hurry up and finish it last night and today because Mr. Spicy's Gaming had posted on his Creators Challenge that he was looking for submissions of an HV CV combo that sort of worked together in unison, and that's kind of what I was going for with the Black Rhino. I have the Black Rhino CV, which is designed to work with the Black Rhino HV, which I have also posted on the workshop. Um, and she is also designed to work with the Mobile Factory unit, which was created by Swafora, Swafora, and then I modified it just a touch for my own use, and I will show you how that works as the tour goes on. The Black Rhino is a mid-level start CV. It can be built with mostly common ores, except the neodymium. You'll have to find first, and that takes a little time. So it's not exactly your starter CV, but it's not a end game CV either. It's right in the middle somewhere. You don't need the super rare ores, but it does take a little space flight and searching to get the neodymium. As you can see, she is well armed. You've got sentry guns. You have a mix of minigun turrets and cannons on her, and she does very well. I don't ever have a problem taking care of any drone attacks. I don't get her close to POIs. It's not that heavily armed that you can take a POI on, but any drone attacks or predator attacks, it pretty much can handle her own. Again, looking at the statistics, she's a unlock level 10, size class 1 CV. You have 2 generators, 6 fuel tanks. It does have a warp drive. It is warp capable. The fuel holds up quite a long time. I've made it fairly fuel efficient. It has 1 ventilator to run the whole thing, and that's plenty to oxygenate the entire thing. 1 oxygen tank and 1 oxygen station. So you do have to fill it up with oxygen when you're in space and stuff, but I haven't found that it's too much. Then you have 3 cannon turrets, 6 minigun turrets, 3 sentry guns, 2 front thrusters, 12 back thrusters, 4 top, 4 down, 2 left and 2 right, and 2 RCS. So you're not going to win any races with her, but she does get up to speed and goes along just fine. You got 4 cargo boxes, 2 ammo boxes, 2 fridges, a food processor, and a constructor, and 9 growing plots. I don't have a lot of cargo space in it, only because I designed it to have the MobileFactoryUnit inside it, or 2 of them if you really wanted. There's space for 2, so that you don't ever, have to worry about space if you add those. And then if you switch up your CVs, all your stuff can go with you without too much hassle. Again, it's designed to work with the Baby Rhino miner, which comes in here and docks right under here and gives you access right to your CV without ever having to go outside, and I'll show you that in a little while. You've got access here on what I call the legs on both sides, and obviously the cockpit. You have an ammo locker you have some storage, you've got a medical bay, you've got all of your necessary medical devices, oxygen station, 2 fridges, your stove, your 9 growing plots, a bed, and your warp fuel, your constructor, your 4 cargo boxes, and then the hangar bay back here, which is small. You're not going to get any big SVs in here, but you can get the factory unit in here and a small SV. And also I found that if I have a bigger CV, I can bring her up here and dock it right here, and you can get a fairly good sized SV on the top. To show you the how the mobile factory unit works. And you can use any version of the factory or storage unit that you want. This is just the one I really like. She has all the room you need. She doesn't fly well, but once you get her up there, she does go in decently and fits nicely. Don't forget to leave the door open. Kind of an important step I forgot. Bring her in and put her right here against the wall, and right against the constructor, and she fits nicely right there. And you could get another one right there if you're not going to be bringing a small SV with you, but if you want room for a small SV, then don't put 2 of these. And I've never filled this up, so you'd have to have a lot of stuff. I suppose if you're playing multiplayer or whatnot, you might have that much stuff to go with it. So if you're playing multiplayer, maybe, but for single player, not needed. That's why the hangar bay is so small. Plus, you know, I wanted to keep this a size 1 CV, and I wanted everything to be open and easy to access and not confusing. I mean, you can jump in there pretty much and run it, even if you haven't taken time to learn it. It's pretty self-explanatory. The baby miner HV is designed to go right in and underneath, and I generally line up that front drill with the orange box, and if I line it up with the not orange box, but the orange doors, once you get a hang of it, once you get a feel for it, it's easy. But you lined it up right with the elevator on the bottom of your CV, and you're in. And she works real nice. I might tweak that the pilot seat a little bit so that you got a better view. If I stand up and I show you outside, I did have a box here, and when I originally designed this, the cockpit sat down 1 block, and you could see that, and you'd line that drill up with the orange block, right? And if that tip of the drill was in the middle of that orange box, you were lined up. But because of airtight issues with this drill in the cockpit, I had to raise the cockpit up 1 notch and mess that all up, so now I have to use the doors to line it up. But like I said, once you get a hang for it, or a feel for it, it's not bad. And the Rhino miner fits nicely underneath, and you can carry her to the next destination. Just don't forget to turn off the power, because if you leave everything running, it'll tear through the fuel and be dead, and then anything you had in your refrigerators goes bad, and done that a few times. So you just got to remember to turn everything off, leaving your fridge running. Then the fuel lasts for quite a while. Performance-wise, I can give a quick test run, show you how that works. I can put the new style windows in, and you know, I found that they're a little dark, hard to see through, so I tend to fly in third-person view. But she moves along pretty good. She doesn't get up to the top speed like an SV would, but I mean, I didn't expect it to. I didn't design it to be an SV. It's not meant to fly all over. It's meant to go to a spot, drop off the HV, and wait for it to return, and then take and go to the next location. So, you know, you can do barrel rolls and everything, and you can straighten out real quick with the 0 key or the O key, and she lands nicely. And with the positioning of the guns, it takes quick care of any kind of drones or enemies that you might encounter. Like I said, just don't try to attack a POI with it. You'll take some heavy damage that way. I think that pretty much covers it. I'll go through the statistics one more time because I know people like to see those. It's a unlock level 10 size class 1 CV, designed for single player use, but with the addition of a few passenger seats, which you have plenty of room for. You can easily use it for multiplayer, and with a little bit of maneuvering, you could probably fit a couple of baby Rhino miners up underneath it, and at least 1 or 2 SVs on top. So, you know, probably not the greatest multiplayer CV out there, but it would work. And I kept it small. I kept it wide open, so you got an open atmosphere. Everything's in one spot, yeah, you don't have to get confused. Everything is pretty much within eyesight. And oh yeah, I also laid out the custom layout here. I have it set up for, you can shut off all of the engines and RCS with one button. You can turn off your ventilator, you can turn off your constructor, and your fridge, and your stove, and your grow lights from this section. So if you really want to power it down and save all your power, but keep the turrets on, you can do that. Or you can configure it if you want to leave your fridges on, or if you're cooking something, or whatever. You have those abilities, and it comes configured like that. So hopefully my video helps you understand the Rhino CV, the Black Rhino. You can find it on the workshop. I will be posting it soon. Again, this is like one of my very first workshop submissions. Hopefully people, you know, find it enjoyable. Please, if you want to make any upgrades to it, if you decide to use it, please do so. All I ask is that if you post it again for other people to use, you point it back to me saying I was the original creator. Please leave comments, thumbs up. If you have any advice on how I might make it better, or some changes that you think would make it more efficient, feel free to say what those are, and I would, you know, take suggestions. Again, I'm not a professional video maker, so hopefully this wasn't too terribly painful for everybody, and hope to see you around. Thanks.